With us lately, you may not know that James Hughes won the title from Anthony Stevens in a spectacular match in which he knocked Stevens down 4 times, then defended it against Adrian Stone, was literally beaten from pillar to post for 8.5 rounds, then came back to knock Adrian Stone out.
And this will be very close, and I gave Hughes a slight edge in round 1, and Rupa firing a lot of shots, not getting them in. They were caught on the side by Hughes, and Hughes landing just a little bit more.
And then in the 9th round, it's actually the 10th round in which Hughes was the winner against Adrian Stone. Nice right hand by Nick Rupa. Rupa has never been down as a professional, he told us, he reminded us of today. Very salient points.
Especially when you consider that Hughes knocked Stevens down 5 times and found a thunder to knock Stone down. Rupa finding range here. Hughes' punches have been wide here, and Rupa has a lot to shoot at. Right now, he's not missing.
And Rupa made the point to us today that you have to be careful not to punch too much early in the fight against James Hughes, because you can land punches, you can punch yourself out.
He's easy to hit in the eyes of opponents, and the last 2 opponents haven't had anything left at the end of the fight. He wants to measure himself. That's a hard thing to do. You could talk about that at the weigh-in, but when you see an open shot to the head, you can't be thinking, well, I may need this in round 12.
It's been a good second round for Nick Rupa.
The punches he was missing in round 1, he's shortened up and gotten a few more of those home here in round 2.
And again, if you've seen Hughes fight before, you know this kind of stuff happens to him. He goes through rounds where he's pacely, sometimes goes through most of the fight that way, but he'll often come back. People working the body. So just seconds to go here in round 2. This is the round in which Nick Rupa has found a pretty good way of dealing with Hughes right now. Land some punches, get out, come back and land some more. We'll be back for more. Stay with us. We're back. That's Jesse James Hughes in his corner. And here on ESPN, I want to remind you that Arena Football tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, the St. Louis Stampede taking on the Memphis Pharaohs. Arena Football is a lot of fun. Indoor football that's kind of rock 'em, sock 'em, and they don't even let you punt the ball. That's how exciting it is. That is tomorrow night here on ESPN. Round 3 is USBA welterweight title. On the line, James Hughes on the left of your screen has the title. Nick Rupa is after it.
Rupa made good adjustments in round 2 and out-power punched Hughes 2-to-1 ratio. Had a very good round there. Took advantage of the wide position of Hughes' hands.
Oh, let go. No pushing, James. No pushing.
Rupa with the edge overall, getting the quality shots in as well, and his percentage went up from the first round. He's waiting on Hughes to miss before he goes in and then tries to get some good countering damage. He wants Hughes to come at him and leave some kind of an opening.
Hughes using the jab there. Both men are trying to get that weapon going. There is a lot of swelling around the right eye of Nick Rupa. And right at the end of the last round, Hughes landed a big left hook right on that swelling.
That's been a calling card for Hughes, and we'll see if he's able to get back to that. And you can see with the styles here, if there is any swelling or any cut, how the rubbing of heads can make either situation worse. They're right on top of each other and rubbing throughout.
Halfway through round 3, it is scheduled for 12. Rupa having himself a pretty good round 3 as he did in round 2. Got one of the most experienced and knowledgeable men in boxing, Georgie Benton, in his corner.
Georgie Benton, the master of slipping punches on the inside and moving the head back and forth. And there is a good shot by Rupa.
Big right to the head of James Hughes. They exchanged right. That's the kind of stuff that only gets Hughes fired up, though. You don't want to make him too mad, you know?
You better get in two at one time.
Yes.
If you don't put him on the floor, why throw it?
There's no point. Well, he did say that today. He said, I guess I have kind of a head of granite. An old skillet head, that's what he called himself.
Refreshing personality, indeed.
Nick Rupa, a little more subdued at the weigh-in today than even normal.
And he's carried himself through this fight with a business as usual approach. Pretty measured performance all the way throughout. Not pretty much on one level as he tries to counter Hughes.
Good right hand gets in by Nick Rupa. This is very much what we expected. Both men are landing pretty well. It's a good right hand by Rupa. He's finding a home for that overhand right. Right gets in by Hughes, but Rupa in with a better punch and the hook. So things really heating up here. And let's listen in to Nick Rupa's corner. That's Georgie Benton leaning in there on the side.
Just get under the punch. Sit down. You don't need to back and forth with that. Keep pressure on it. And this guy's running out of gas on it. Keep pressure with the gear. But the guy throws punches at you. Just get under the punch.
And there's a good shot by Rupa. The right hand comes in on top, misses with the clubbing right. Hughes gets one or two in there too. And Hughes will take that type of exchange all night long. It's the other shot he doesn't want.
Just keep touching him with those punches. When you see a big one in the face, right? Stay right on top.
So they want pressure from Nick Rupa and James Hughes, and certainly that's what he's been applying.
Rupa trying to jab his way in and set everything up here. And they want the pressure, but he's also succeeded when Hughes comes to him. Yeah, Hughes is coming at him from a wide angle.
And that is what Hughes is doing right now. Really, when you stop to think about it, James Hughes is more of a counterpuncher, isn't he? It's straight by right hand by Rupa.
He could end up turning Rupa into the counterpuncher here if he keeps coming in and missing and just opening his shoulders as he's about to punch. And Rupa's been able to find that throughout the course of this bout. Well, Rupa with an edge there and looks justifiable.
Keep him up. Keep him up, Nick.
Good hook by Nick Rupa. He's keeping the pressure on. They said touch him with the jab and then just keep pressuring. The lead right has been there all night, but then it was there freezing in stone too, wasn't it, when he fought James Hughes? In a million years, I would have never, even in James Hughes' case, I wouldn't have expected him to come back against Adrian Stone. He was just being dominated.
That fight looks long gone, and ironically, 2 weeks in a row we had that with Kelly coming back the week before. So, yeah, it does show it's never over. Every once in a while, there's something that shows you that. This is a tremendous exhaustion.
Halfway through round 4, and we look at Dave's scorecard and see that Rupa's ahead.
A little bit of an edge, and similar to the numbers, a slight edge there. He's been countering very well, and percentage of his punches, a big difference in this bout.
So Nick Rupa continues to come forward, the 29-year-old welterweight who has had his shots with some of the bigger names. Lost to Kevin Pompey in 1993. And also lost to James Buddy McGirt. Had a draw with Kevin Pompey, and lost to Aaron Davis. The draw with Pompey. He was also trying to win the USBA welterweight title, but because of the draw, didn't get it.
And we talked about the pace earlier in this bout. It has been a Rupa pace. It hasn't been a lot of windmilling. It's been countering, it's been jabbing, and sharpshooting. He would like to keep it that way most of the time because when Hughes opens up, he finds magic sometimes.
Only seconds remain here in round 4, and again, a very workmanlike and effective round for Nick Rupa. We'll be back to see if the Outlaw gets things going in round 5.
Save on furniture during Newmar Furniture's huge
Rupa coming out for this 5th round to take on Jesse James Hughes. The USCA welterweight title is on the line if you're just joining us. It's been a pretty even affair, although the last couple of rounds it seems like Nick Rupa has taken some control of the bout.
He's done it with his jab, kept a nice pace. In a sense, taking the crowd out of the fight to some degree. That was our third key that didn't make the cut this morning.
But it would have been there if he had room.
And Rupa, with a very slight edge, it was 12 punches after round 3, so a slight edge to him in round 4, not very much, about 9 punches.
Beautiful jab by Rupa, but I think Rupa is controlling this fight.
He wants to defuse Hughes. Keep his effort very well.